Hello H3 fans, my name is Vindian and this is a Noob's Guide to Lakota 40-minute treaty. So this game I'm gonna show you how to boom or what is the best strategy to boom with Lakota and what is a better way to fight with Lakota. So this is kind of a non-traditional play to be honest because I will be using war clubs when I fight and also natives very heavily. Uh, so in order to do those, natives primarily cost food and wood, and war clubs also cost wood. So I'll be gathering a lot more wood than any other Lakota players that usually play Lakota treaty. And in this video, I'm also going to compare how Lakota's uh, economy compares to any other European economy. So in this particular game, I am playing as Lakota, as I said, but my ally in yellow, Chris is playing China, and the other two players are from Germany, I suppose. Uh, the player in purple, his name is also Chris. He's playing Germany, and the player in red is playing Ottoman. So I'll be comparing Lakota's economy at 40 minute to see the stockpile of resources basically. So score is okay. Score is several factors which goes into the score. But resources stockpile at the end of 40-minute treaty period, and also finally when it is time to start fighting or when by the game is done, I shall show you stockpile one more time of all the civilizations to see how well Lakota's economy supports their military and how well Lakota's military fare when fighting against any other European civilizations, European, Asian. So this is a pretty good real world scenario that you want to take away from. And also this all the four players in this game are 1400 plus ELO right now, and everybody knows how to play treaty. But this is a noob's guide. In essence, there will be several mistakes made by several players, so which are kind of uh, what you expect in a real world, real game, uh, casual gameplay. So, and also Lakota, there has been many changes in the definitive edition because in Asian dynasties they were not able to build walls, but now we can. Lakota can. Let me tell you while what's happening right now. As you can see, a card is on the way, and that's Earth Bounty as the first card. And this map is Orinoco, which is a pretty standard treaty map with a moderate amount of trees and hunts. So, and also as I was saying, this is a uh, typical map, treaty map. So with no trading posts, so the XP trickle is kind of touch and go for other civilizations. So there is a better chance for Lakota to do well because there have been with the changes of in treaty, sorry, in definitive edition, it's much easier to get shipments with Lakota. I will go through those changes. So the reason why I passed here because while I was just blabbering about the introduction of this game, as you can see, by 12-minute mark, I'm already about 800 food have been gathered already, and I have gathered a couple of hunts so far, a couple of treasures so far, and war chief is busy converting other treasure guardians who human treasure guardians that he can find and collecting more treasures. So with all that, this is kind of standard. So by this time, Lakota usually will be able to send. I will go into this deck as time permits. So usually they get first shipment by this time, and the first shipment I sent was this trickle, 0.65 wood and coin trickle. It comes at the right time. As I was saying, by the time this comes, you already got 800 food. So it comes into play just in time. Right now I'm gonna play it. Okay, so as soon as you get that, see the 12th villager has come out, and you can definitely queue up your age up by now. And I think I missed it, so I kind of tried to train one more villager, but I realized that I have had enough. So what I just did, I am aging up with Messenger as the first age up politician council member. So the reason behind for Messenger is this age up takes 90 seconds in total. So by going through the Messenger route, the age up completes within 30 seconds. So it completes 3 times as faster. So it doesn't matter if you train one or two more villagers by this time. But the important factor is in the transition, as you can see, you just build a market and a tribal marketplace. So tribal, there these are the changes that are done in definitive edition, where tribal marketplace starts at earning, so gathering at, see you see 0.66 coin per second, so that is plus 10% coin gather rate from base. So if you see, let me show you the other civilizations what they are doing right now. Whoever is gathering coin right now, not many are gathering coin, but the base rate for coin gathering is 0.6, but tribal marketplace gives you plus 10, so that's the reason why it's 0.66. And at a market you get hunting dogs, and hunting dogs give you plus uh, they give you plus 10% food, gather rated food. That's the only food upgrade that you get at a market. Other food gathering upgrades are done at a farm, but a farm costs 400. So as you can see, hunting dogs is being researched right now. So you need 400 wood, as I was saying, to build a farm, and I don't have a farm. Sorry, 400 wood as of now. So that's the reason I'm not going for it. And as you can see, the second card is Great Hunter that is being sent, which increases the Great Hunter card increases the gather rate by 25% and also the yield at huntables by 10%. So yield is a definitely one more definitive edition thing that they did. So you get 10% more food from a hunt, and also hunts lose food over time. So I don't know the math behind it, but definitely that's a good thing. Uh, so that's the only thing that you can do by now. As you can see, I have already tasked 8 or so villagers to gather coin, and I am actively rearranging those villagers to gather food or coin because I am aiming to get both 1200 food and 1000 coin as soon as I can. So as a need, I'm just changing villagers. So see, the new villagers are going to food right now because looks like with 6 villagers itself, I'm gathering. I'll be at 1000, but I'll need more food because I'm training villagers as well as aiming for 1200 food. That's the reason why I'm kind of rearranging the villagers so that I get both of them. So after your hunting dogs and your great hunter, your villagers are now gathering at 1.13 foot per second, which is good, and coin at 0.66 per second. So see, it's kind of going in a smooth fashion, 700, 800. And of course, if I can get a chance, I will go into all the things that I do in this build. See, as you can see here, hunting dogs is complete, great hunter is complete. That's the reason why the villagers are gathering at 1.13 at the moment. As you just said, 1.13 foot per second. And in the meantime, see, the war chief is doing whatever he can. He's just going all over the map and clearing all the blind spot as well as finding any good treasures. There is a 250-foot treasure over here, which is nice. I try to get it, but ultimately fail because these players are decent. I kill all the guardians, but they just come and take the treasure for themselves. So that happens. I'll show you in a minute. So as you can see here, by rearranging the villagers like this, as you can see, 1000 villagers, sorry, 1000 coin. I gathered 1000 coin. Once I get 1000 coin, by the time I'm already getting 1200 food. So this is kind of a nice little balance. So as soon as I complete these two by 19 villagers, as you just see, I'll be queuing up to age 3. See, I was kind of busy here trying to get this treasure. That's the reason why I did not yet queue it up. But yeah, I just did it. So in definitive edition, of course, this is kind of a standard in treaty for Lakota where you age up with the chief. So chief gives you 800 wood. But you see here, I'm just trying to get it. There's a last jaguar, and I try it, but within a second, I miss gathering the treasure, and red got it. So all that delay in age up and trying to micro properly for a treasure is all a wasted effort. I lose it. So right now, as you can see, I said there is a simple banter going on, even though we are opponents, we are also friends. So I said, hey, simple thank you would be nice. And he said, thanks for helping him get the treasure. So, and also, so coming back to the build, as you can see, I was just telling you, so now after the second card, see, I also sent Spice Trade. So with Spice Trade, villagers are now gathering at 1.3 foot per second, and they are still gathering at 0.66 because other upgrades for this estate are performed, or sorry, at a tribal marketplace for coin gathering are performed at an estate. And estate costs 600 wood, which I don't yet have, and on top of which I have to still pay for the upgrades. So I'm not gonna bother getting an estate for gathering speed upgrades here. So I'm just gonna gather them. And as you can see, this is also a rearrangement. At a moment ago, I had more villagers to food, but now since they are gathering almost twice the gather rate of coin, I just shifted them to more of them to food. And also I don't want this to be run out really fast. See, it's just gathered almost uh, 2/3 has been gathered. So I just started a tribal marketplace at a new mine while this is happening, and I'm trying to herd a couple of more hunts towards. So the aim here, why the chiefs gives you 800 wood as I explained, and Uh, the definitive edition town centers cost a bit less, and Lakota's town centers cost even less. They cost just 400 apiece. So as soon as you get that 800 wood, I just asked a couple of villagers to gather that. And by the time that's happening, I'm also trying to get one last treasure, which is 180 coin, which is nice. My ally just helped me get that. So while I'm getting that, I also kind of macro towards 1200 coin and 2000 food by the time this 800 wood is being gathered. You see, my villagers are at 21, but I already have almost enough resources to go to age 4. And now I'm sending my fourth card, which is Furrier, which also increases the gather rate for huntables by 15%. More. So you can see how much they will be gathering in a moment's time. Now 1.3, but after this card, we'll watch it one more time. By this moment, I have more than enough coin to go to age 4, but I have less food right now. I'm aiming for 2000, so I'm kind of actively one more time uh, making, trying to gather 2000 food. So tasking more villagers to food right now, since they are walking, they are not really counting towards the gather rate. See, I already gathered, I already put age 4 in queue with the elder. Elder gives you 1500 food. So by 10th minute mark, by 11th minute, age 4 is already in queue. And while that is being in queue, I don't need food at the moment right away. These guys are walking towards yet another hunt and mines, etc. The reason here is, see, I have not yet built this. This town has just finished construction, and this town shall also be begin construction. So the idea is to go to age 4, collect this 1500 food, and with that as a backbone, finish up maximizing your villagers. So right now the villager count is at 23, but I am already halfway there to age 4. So once this is done, I task my war chief to build third town center. And see, I already queued up a villager from here. And this town, once this villager has started helping, but once the war chief has constructed this, I tasked him to this town center. So once this war chief started working, now villager went away to gather resources. So that's how you kind of manage. And once this tribal marketplace is done, it kind of collapses on itself. So they are going for another hunt over here. So right now I don't really need more coin. I need lots and lots of food, because at 24 villagers, my aim is to go to 99 villagers as soon as I can. So once 3 towns are built, see, all 3 are built, and I task all of them. I put on a hotkey of 3. 3 towns go to hotkey 3, control group 3. So all 3 are now I get 1500 food, which is sitting at my first town, but no villagers nearby to gather it. So I kind of queued up a villager over here. I queued up one villager over here, and I don't know where this guy is going. Yeah, see. So one town I shall go to hunt, and except for 3 coin gathering somewhere, everybody goes to food. Everybody goes to food because I need lots and lots of food, as I just explained. At 26 villagers at 12:50, almost 13-minute mark, I am at 26 villagers. And since this map is low on hunt, I thought I would send this 15 bison, but I kind of cancelled it because there are still some more hunts available here, and that is enough to go to 99 villagers. And let me see the gather rate right now. See, 1.43 foot per second after just these cards, 1, 2, 3, and hunting dogs. So see, all 3 villagers are coming out, but what I shall be doing is to make them go faster. I shall be building a community plaza, and so right now 28, 13, 30, 29 villagers. Right now my food income is kind of increasing, skyrocketing, because I'm collecting food from the crates. So once that is also is gathered, I task all of them to go to a fireplace over here, sorry, community plaza. And this happens so quick. As you can see, almost 14th minute mark, I am still at 30 villagers. But you will see how fast I go to 99 villagers. And also here, as you can see, new villager is going to coin, because once I boom, I need coin to go to age 5. That's the reason why one of the town goes to coin and other 2 towns go to community plaza. So 14th minute, 14:20, almost 35 villagers. And now this is the time I could task villagers to go to build a community plaza. So since this is kind of a bit delayed, I usually like to complete maxing out my villagers by this time. If I had sent medicine and adoption cards, those are not in the deck, but had I had those cards in the deck and have already sent them, by 14th minute I would like to maximize all my villagers. So mistakes made, but that's okay. So I tasked 2 towns. The new villagers are going to the community plaza until I get all 25 ceremony guardians uh, into into the fire pit or community plaza, and the new wheels here are still going to coin. So 15th minute, as you can see, 42 villagers, and now this speed is increasing because I'm also doing this population rate increase dance, fertility dance, or it is called something else in definitive edition, but the idea is it just increases the speed of training of villagers. So essentially that's happening on all the rest of the villagers. As you can see, 28 villagers are gathering food, and new villagers are going to coin from one town, and from the other 2 towns villagers are going to community plaza. And now, as I said, my control group is 3, and every time I press 3 and V is control hotkey for villagers. So 3V, 3V, 3V. So 3 towns, villagers. That's the hotkey. So 50 villagers by 1540. And since there is nothing more, just 3v, 3v, I'm kind of now tasking my war chief to go somewhere, find some more treasures. Yeah, so in the meantime, this is also happening where there is a uh, native trade post closer to our towns. So this one is a Tupi settlement. So Tupi settlement has decrease. Wood cost is decreased. So that's a very good upgrade to get. My ally already got that, so he gave the trade post to me. So without wasting any further time, I started building it. So as you can see, I did not even gather any wood so far. So earth bounty, with earth bounty, I already gathered more than enough wood, using which I started building this trade post. I started building this community plaza, etc. So that trickle definitely works. So see, I am getting this 2p forest burning, which decreases the cost. Buildings would cost by 20% if I am not wrong. So 3v, I am booming. And what else? So 22 villagers to fire pit right now. So these train super fast. You see, you say 3v, but I just forget it, and you just lose villager seconds for it. So you have to stay on top of it. Don't forget, you can queue more villagers. You can always queue more villagers. So 3v, 3v. You see 3v. And then I started constructing new tribal marketplace, because right now I'm keeping up with villager production. As you can see, all 25 villagers are almost 25 villagers on fire pit on the plaza. So all the new villagers should now go to tribal marketplace, because soon after I complete this, I need to go to age 5. That's the idea. So 3 villagers popping out, and 2 of the new villagers are going to tribal marketplace. And where is this guy going? This guy is also going to tribal marketplace. So all new villagers are now going to coin. And this is kind of a bad thing, where maximum number of gatherers are only 10. So I can't, this villager can't go and work here. So what I do is I just quickly task some of the villagers to go to yet another coin mine somewhere. See this coin mine. So lots of villager walking distance, but that's okay, because I constructed these 2 towns at the edge of my radius. This is my primary town. So why I did that? Because I'm gonna gather all the wood from all these trees and all the mines. So uh, you have to walk to those mines. There is no way around it. So by 18th minute, as I said, this is kind of slow, but still okay. I am already at 96 wheels, and I'm at 99 wheels. So once 99 wheels are set, you see I get almost 4,000 coin. And now these villagers don't have to uh, do the ceremony dance anymore, because I don't need anything more. So what I do is I quickly put all of them to gather some other resources. Since I am running out of hunts already, and all the mines are already having a tribal marketplace, so I just asked all of them to, most of them, to wood right now, even though the wood gather rate is only 0.78 at the moment. By this time, I have already sent these 3 cards, even though I did not perform any other market upgrades. So it's okay, decent. 0.78 is not so bad. And my age 5 is in queue. So age 5, you go age 5 with wise woman, because wise woman gives you 30 bison, but the gather rate increases by further 40% gather rate. So one after the other, I start performing all the market upgrades, because most of the villagers, see 25 villagers have gone to wood, and 63 villagers right now are whoever were tasked to go to coins, were gathering coin, so they will be gathering this coin really, really fast. So an important update in definitive edition. See right now you see here. Oh, I already completed it. 0.1 XP per second. This is there is a word for it, that upgrade. I don't remember exactly what it is. I wrote it somewhere. Let me see the name of it. Yeah, it's called cooperation. See, as soon as H5 is complete, this cooperation should be complete, because once once these tribal marketplaces are kind of, when the coin mines are all gathered up, you see these tribal marketplaces uh, just collapse on themselves. So once the tribal marketplaces are gone, you can't get that upgrade anymore. So that's the reason why as soon as H5 is in queue, you just complete the tribal marketplace upgrade cooperation. So all your villagers are now gathering XP 0.1 XP per second. So with that, you are getting more and more shipments, and I'm all see all these plus fives. So H5 is done by 20th minute. H5 is done. So as you can see here, not all players went to H5 by now. H5 445, because my ally is cow booming here, and I think he's waiting to maximize all his villagers, because China gets 20 villagers on H5. So but by 20th minute, if you go to H5, that's decent, having maxed out all your villagers. You can't ask for more. So what I also started doing was I build a farm, because now I have enough wood to build a farm, and after I build a farm, I have enough resources to do these upgrades. So right now, if you look at my villagers, they are gathering at 1.76 foot per second, uh, and see 1.85 foot per second. So this increases. All the gather rate increases happen at a farm now. So one after the other, I get all of them done. And by this time, as you can see, all the wood upgrades are being performed. And once all the H5 wood upgrade deforestation is also done, right now these guys are gathering at 1.08 wood per second. So once this is done, they will be gathering at 1.33. So once, just to recap, and also in the meantime, what I just did was I sent 30 bison, 15 bison back to back, because now I'm already ran out of all the hunts on the map. So the only hunts are at my town right now. So age 5 gave me 30 bison, and I sent 30 more bison, so back to back. And after this, I get two more shipments. So those two more shipments, what I will be sending, I won't be sending any more bison for now, because I already have uh, 60 bison, I guess. 30 30. 60 bison gives you 6 fours or 6 fives or 30, almost 30,000 food is here, give or take. So that's the reason why I don't really have to send anymore. So the next two cards that I'm sending are native cards. See, a native warrior card, which, see, this is the wood reduction of wood and food. Of course, the natives on this map do not cost coin. So this is a very good thing to send. Why? Because they don't have any long-term coin gathering upgrades. And of course, this one gives you plus 10% on an estate, but that is very meager. And I don't really have a long-term, like only one long-term food gathering upgrade is available for Lakota, but I did not have that in my deck. So by sending this card, that means I essentially get plus 25% resource gathering upgrades. So that's the main reason why I sent this card first, followed by this card, because now the build limit is plus 20%. So I get more of native warriors for less of the price. While this is also happening, I also build one more estate. So now all the wood gathering upgrades are performed. So all my wood gatherers are gathering at 1.33. All my food gatherers are gathering at 2.14 foot per second. And still this last one is being performed at a farm. While that is happening, I just built an estate. And once the estate is done, I shall be doing those upgrades for coin. So once the food gathering upgrade is done, as you can see here, 2.56 foot per second. So all wood gathering upgrades are performed, all the food gathering upgrades are performed. So I just go to this magic mark. See, these are all the upgrades, and I am now gathering at 2.56 foot per second. So if you compare this economy to a European economy, as you can see, at hunts, this is their max. They can't go beyond 1.33 foot per second. And but I can go up to 2.56, and but by this time all the hunts are done. There are no more hunts on the map except for some over here and maybe some over here somewhere. But I'm not gathering from there, so only Lakota can send bison from home city. That's the reason why all these upgrades make sense. Okay, so as that was happening, as I mentioned earlier, estate is built and all the coin gathering upgrades are performed right now. So all these coin gatherers are gathering from mines. See, only two more are left behind from this last lone mine. And maybe, yeah, so that's the only mine that is left here. And all the mines are being gathered from, are done. So I need to perform all these upgrades. Only after that, I can start gathering coin, right? In the meantime, since I already completed all the food gathering upgrades and all the wood gathering upgrades, these are being gathered at 1.33 and 2.56 respectively. So it's not a bad idea. Your villagers are gathering as best as they can. Uh, so that's how you make up for your, uh, since you don't have the cards for long-term economy, you go this route. So by 25th minute mark, I think I am already there at doing the last of the upgrades for all the economy. Let me see what would be the gather rate. Yeah, so these also affect coin gathering on mines. So as you can see here, the rate of increase is 0.84 coin per second, but you already ran out of all the coin on the map. So the upgrades as an estate, even though they benefit upgrades gather rate for a coin mine, you already run out of coin mines. You can't send more coin mines like Sweden. You can just send more of hunts. So that's the case. Okay, so the other cards. What I sent after these two cards, native cards, I send new ways because usually in treaty you forget new ways, and when the fighting starts, you just frantically try to complete your upgrades at a TP. So first what I did was I just sent that card because I am banking up on resources, and after having sent that, I already completed all the upgrades for advanced arsenal at a TP. At this moment, at 25th minute mark, what I suggest is I suggest putting some villagers on coin, which I did not. So this is a noob's guide, as I said. Don't do this mistake that I just did because by the end of treaty time, I'm very low on coin, which is not a good thing. So it's better to complete your I mean, start putting villagers on your estates because you already finished all the upgrades. So you can't get any more upgrades done. So whatever you gather from estate right now, you will be gathering at max capacity. So it's better to put at least 3 4 estates and at least 20. See, I'm getting all the advanced arsenal upgrades at a TP, as I just mentioned earlier. But yeah, so it's a good idea to put villagers on a few more estates. Okay, so at the 26th minute mark, we started walling. As you can see here, all my everybody starts walling at this moment. I think these guys also start walling in a minute or so, and everybody looks like performed all their upgrades so far. And what else is new? So I already completed couple of my upgrades at a native trade post, and already trained all the native warriors. So I gave that back to my ally, and he's also training his starting army. and we started put down some walls. While we are walling, see, no more members on the plaza as of now. All the villagers, all the 99 villagers are gathering. All the 99 villagers are gathering, and more to wood as of now I just put, because I am trying to cut down, chop down all these trees. As I said, I'll be using all this wood, so it's a good thing. Even though I put a lot of villagers on them, since I am gathering at 1.33 foot per second, as you compare them to say an Ottoman player, these guys are gathering at 1.68. I can't argue with that. But still, okay, what are these guys doing? 1.25. See, a Chinese villager on food on a rice paddy are gathering at 1.25, and my villagers are gathering at 1.33. So fighting has not yet happened. So right now I'm doing my best to maximize my economy. That's the takeaway. So we are nearing the end of treaty time. So at this time, it's better to wall up and start performing upgrades on your war hut and coral upgrades. Yeah, see, outer wall is being put down right now, and I think that's what my yeah opponents are also doing. An outer wall, starting army, and starting army of cannons and ulans. And of course, see, all the native warriors are out, so everybody doing the same things at the same time. So resource pile, this is a good idea to look at the resource pile at almost 30-minute mark. So as you can see here, Ottoman player has put all 100 villagers on food because he's gonna do the trade right now. Sublime Porte, which converts all your food to greater amount of wood. So I think his timing is at 29th minute, 28th, 29. So he has done that, and he got all 67,000. And my ally right now, he's doing his cow booming with China, and these guys are, as you can see, 8.8 foot per second at huntables. So that's decent. That's the reason why their stockpile of food is much larger. And what about Germany? So Germany right now he's putting down walls, but he's already at 122, so he has long maxed his villagers as well. Settler pop, so he's gathering 25,000. His food is at 25,000 and my food is 23,000. So if you look at just the food count by 30-minute mark, Lakota's food is almost as much as Germany's food. And on top of that, Lakota has 34,000 of wood, which the other German player has only 18,000, even though he has put both factories on wood at the moment. So why I compare this is because the Germany player here is the player who is playing natives, and on our side I'll be playing natives. So I will show you how much wood gets. Of course, this wood is also spent on all the army upgrades as well, right? So they need more wood, but I have banked more wood than anybody, of course, not counting Ottoman because they traded. See, 35,000 already. So as I said, I just forgot at 30 minute, at least at 30-minute mark, it's a very good idea to build more on estates. So what I did was I built one more farm over here, which is okay, but these guys are gathering only at 0.98 foot per second when there are more hunts over here, and these guys are gathering at 2.56. But as I said, I was playing natives, and I need more food and wood than coin. But it would be nice has these guys been gathering on coin because it's almost the same. The gather rate at a farm and an estate is almost the same. It's not exactly the same, but almost the same. Having no cards which help the gather rate. except for coin there is a plus 10 gather rate. So including that, these guys and these guys, let's compare. See, these guys are now walking because I just realized that I have no coin, only 1000 coin. So I started putting villagers there. This is a bit too late, but as you can see, 0.95 coin per second and 0.98 foot per second. So it doesn't matter. If you put all of them on coin at this moment, had I had done that and sent couple of more bison cards, it would have been nice because I'm getting, see, all these XP trickles. I have sent so many cards so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, 15. So 15 cards have been sent before 30th minute, by 30th minute. So that's a very good coin trickle without having anybody dancing on Community Plaza. Okay, by 32nd minute, corrals are built, couple of walls and more walls and forward base. And in here, if you see my opponents, they have built a beautiful base for themselves. So somebody on Reddit recently asked, hey, what a beautiful base of their ally. And I said, building a base with Lakota sucks to the extreme. And they were asking me, why does building a base with Lakota suck? Because this is the reason why. There is nothing to build. Of course, I can build these buildings, which are good looking. If you zoom in, I like what I see. But you can't build a lot. Like, say, for example, if you look at China, wow. You see all the wonders here, factory, wonder, town, and all the rice paddies. And if you look at the other players, if you see here, factories, and all coin here, all food are here, very properly organized. And of course, red. So everything is good looking, and they are kind of building 5 layers of walls and forward buildings. So by 33rd minute, my ally has no coin. To be honest, I am better with at least 1000 more coin, but it will come back to bite me. So my stockpiles are 40,000 food and 37,000 wood by this time. And my opponents, I have see more food than Ottoman player, and of course more wood than Chinese player, and definitely more food and wood than German player. But if you look at the scores over here, these are at 13,000 and other players are a bit better. So score is not an indicator if you ask me, because uh, for Sioux, you don't get a lot of score. You see what's happening here, I'm idling a lot of villagers because I'm doing several things at once, trying to build walls, deleting wall pillars, and I have already asked several of them to build more estates over here. So I think they'll be walking in a minute. Yeah. So what I just did was by 34th minute, I realized that I have not trained any starting army and started to panic a bit. So first I tasked all of the villagers onto the community plaza. I have a hotkey. So when I maxed out all my villagers, I put all 25 of them with a hotkey of 9. So once I'm ready to get them back, I just press 9 and right click on the community plaza. So all the villagers come there, and whoever is remaining, I just build farms and estates with them. So I don't have to disturb anybody anymore after the fighting starts. So what I just did here was, since I did that, I put them on resource gathering dance at the moment, but this is not really required. I'm just reorganizing my economy right now before fighting starts. This is kind of not the right way of doing things, but it's okay. So what essentially happened was, these villagers were gathering wood all the way somewhere here and they were idling, and I said, hey, come all the way here and build these estates, which is too much of walking time, which is not advised. So you have to plan accordingly. Had I sent some of the villagers down here, once these guys have completed chopping wood, I would have tasked them onto the estates over here. So that's a proper way of organizing your villagers. So by 35th minute, I don't have any coin to perform any upgrades. And also at the moment I'm making starting army as well. But I tasked all of them to coin, so this should net me more. The resources 42,000, 35,000, 36,000, 44,000, 6,500. This is what I just said. Wood doesn't gather fast. Even if you put 2 factories on wood, you run out of wood if you don't chop much trees. So starting army is being prepared by everybody. And of course, Chinese player has a different strategy. Right now, they shift most of their after gathering almost 100,000 of food. I think they start gathering coin and they start fighting with Chukonu. I think Old Han army at the start, and when they have decent amount of coin, I think they shift to uh, other army where they train skirmisher arquebusier and swordsman. I think that's their strategy. Standard Chinese play. So what I just did for fighting, I will, since this is the coming to an end of treaty time, what I will do is I'll make a part 2 of this video to show how to fight with Lakota. So basically to recap, by the end of treaty time, oh, I think I have to show you this before the end of treaty time. So right now I'm still gathering experience points. As I said, I just mismacroed. I should have gathered more coin before I have done this, but it's almost end of treaty time, so it's okay. So what I'm doing right now was I'm training new healers. So every 6.6 seconds a new healer pops out, as you can see, and there is a max train limit of 10. So why train healers before I even trained all my starting army? Because healers, even though these guys are not missionaries who boost attack of like Spanish missionaries. Even though they don't do that, they do a good job. 360 HP times 10 is 3600 HP in the starting lines. So any starting, say people train Minutemen who have 0 HP just to tank and attack at the start. So these guys have 360 HP per piece. So it's not a bad idea to train them first. So you see before how quickly they are getting trained. So within 60 seconds, within a minute, all 10 of them gets trained, right? So I get that done. So and also I'm completing all my legendary upgrades for all my cavalry units. And of course, Wakina rifles are at champion status right now. They will be upgraded to everybody upgrades to legendary before treaty time. And of course, I forgot about these. On this map, Orinoco, I think you can wait a 2p. See, I already got this back. 2p trading post. You also can get buttercups. Buttercup the pet cougars. I forgot about that in the starting army. It's a mistake. So once I'm done dancing for these guys, see, I said, hey, I need some coin fast to my ally. And even though he was also did not have much coin, you see, he also did not have much coin, but he has 100 settlers gathering coin. So he could spare me some change because his other resources are really good. So he gave me some coin just to make a starting army. So I am at 199 pop. So usually for starting army, what I suggest is making Tashunke prowlers because they can go on stealth and body block some of the other units. So that's not a bad idea to have Tashinko prowlers at the starting army. When the opponent hero scouts or reveals the stealth of them, they just kill them fast, right? So it's not a bad idea to have stealth units at the starting army. That's one of my standards. Okay, everybody upgraded their walls. I upgraded my walls and said my ally to upgrade his walls before just one more minute at the end of treaty. And all my opponents, they also upgraded their walls. Their starting forward bases are built. And I think Ottoman player has a card so that their Janissaries build barracks, right? So he didn't really bother much about his buildings like a German player did. German player, they had a plan. So he shall be fighting here, and his base is right here. And his villagers are ready to build forward buildings. And I also sent a card. So one more time. So 3930, right? So by 3930, at least this one friendly territory should be sent, and command coup should be sent. Sorry, counting coup. Command skill is okay. If you can't send it by before treaty time, it's not a bad thing because you get so many shipments, so only so few cards you have to send, right? So it's okay. But this one is important because this gives a mighty blow, killing or wounding all nearby enemies. This works wonders when you are have to deal with mass artillery. So it's very important to send this card. And of course, I have already sent all these cards. And also Black Arrow. Black Arrow, native Elas train incredibly fast. So this is also important. Before treaty time, if you send this, once you are once you put your native trade post and also built uh, this native embassy, only heroes can build this native embassy. So by building this one, you can just pump units as quickly as you can. See, already stockpiled on 42 and 27. So I can make lots and lots of native units fast. And let me show you one more time the card that this one gives you. See, minus 25%, right? So how useful is that card? Where is the native trade post? Here. So this guy, 37 food and 37 wood. That's the cost. 37 food and 37 wood, and this is now I already upgraded them to legendary. Have 136 HP. Oh, a champion right now, and I'll be doing legendary in a moment. So this one doubles almost 160 HP, but very nice attack, and with TPs this is boosted a lot. So 37 food and 37 wood at the same time. If you look at the opponents, okay, so here their trade post I think is also built somewhere here. Where is the native trade post? Here. And these guys cost 50 food and 50 wood. And they can train only 16, whereas I can train 19. So I can train 3 more, but I pay 26 resource less in total. So those are these two cards, minus 25% and plus 20% build limit. So if you are playing natives, those two cards are important. And the third card is this Black Arrow. Using this, I'll be just spamming more and more units before the other player can spam their units. So thereby, that's how you play natives with these three cards. And also to prepare for that, I have gathered food and wood mostly. I'll be stockpiling on coin by the end of treaty. I will show you that. But as you can see, the opponent who is playing natives, 57 food, because these guys are settler wagons. They gather really fast. But he has only 10,000 wood compared to my 27,000. So there is a better chance of using more wood and running out of wood for him rather than I running out of wood. I'll show you what happens as I show how the fight happens. Okay, and also one last thing before I compare the resources, right? So 42,000, 27,000, 16,000. If I had macroed properly for coin, I would have had more coin by this time, which is not bad. 42,000 food. So this guy also has 43,000, and as you can see, he was at 60,000 wood at one point, but after performing all these upgrades, I think he is at 35,000 at the moment, and nobody is gathering wood, and I think there are no more trickles for wood as well. So he is where he is right now, and his factories are also not gathering any wood, they are gathering coin only. Okay, so that's how it is. 43,000, 34,000 compared to 42,000, 27,000. Uh, but I have a trickle, so this is not bad compared to an Ottoman's economy. As I said, for coin, even though this, he is also at 4,200 coin, and I am also at, oh sorry, I'm bad. As I said, I did not really macroed it properly. But if you do a Chinese comparison, he is also at 4,000, but he has stockpile of almost 100,000 of food. And this coin, sorry, for wood, I think his wonder is at wood and his factory is at wood. So he makes more and more wood as game goes along. And all these villagers gathering coin now at 0.9 coin per second, which is in fact lower than 0.95 coin gather per second for Lakota. So, in conclusion, Lakota's economy is not bad. But unfortunately, what happens is 25, that means 25 percentage of their economy goes to this fire pit, community plaza. So they gather only at 74% of their capacity. That's the reason why their score sucks. It's not at all impressive. Where are the others? All 99. And if you can see at this moment, I think uh, the German player, yeah, he already deleted some of his villagers to make more of an army. So all of them are gathering coin. Whereas Lakota player, he has to sacrifice almost 24% of his economy, 25% of his economy to community plaza. So not a good echo, but this echo is more than enough to win this fight. And I will show you that in a corresponding video. But for now, I think that's the end of treaty time. So after this, see you in the next one.